speech.
Let's talk about George Floyd. You said George Floyd's death was a terrible thing.
Terrible.
Why are African Americans still dying at the hands of law enforcement in this country?
And so are white people. So are white people. What a terrible question to ask. So are white people.
I mean, I got to be honest. I don't see a problem with what the president said there. It's factually true. More white people are killed by the police. Now, he didn't tell the full story or provide context around that, given the question. And this just further proves that you can use statistics to tell a story. Now, if we're being honest, America is a majority white country, so there's going to be more white people in any category. More white people at the store, more white people at the beach, more white people in public places, more white people shot, more white people arrested. That's going to be true in any majority population. Now, what the president left out, and what most people who purposely want to use statistics to lie leave out, is how black people, yes, are disproportionately shot by the police. But that's not the end of it. They're disproportionately shot by the police because they disproportionately have encounters with the police. Why? Because they disproportionately commit crime. They disproportionately resist arrest. This is basic common sense, basic level understanding of how numbers work and understanding how the truth works. The truth fears no scrutiny. So I have no problem saying that, yeah, more black people are shot by the police, but it's not because police are disproportionately targeting black people. It's because black people are disproportionately committing crimes, disproportionately committing violent crimes, which would lead to interactions with the police. Also, black people who are shot that are unarmed doesn't mean that they are not dangerous. I get tired of people using that lie to say, well, unarmed black people are shot. Yeah, that's true. But how many times are they carrying tasers? How many times are they fighting with officers? How many times are they reaching for the officer's gun? See, they try to use the number of black people killed every year and just say unarmed black people shot, instead of looking at each individual case to see, okay, was that person on the run? Were they a threat? Were they dangerous? Did they assault the officer? Did they try to kill the officer? Prime example, this shooting in Detroit. You can see that the dude is clearly aiming his gun at the officers and fires a shot. He did miss, but it doesn't matter. It's besides the point. This shooting is not even remotely controversial. And yet you still have people marching, protesting, demanding justice when the dude was a threat. This is what happens when people are committed to a lie. People are emotionally attached to a lie, and for whatever reason, romanticizing a struggle that even when it doesn't exist, when you can't point to an example of this struggle, this ongoing struggle, you just cling to a lie. They only want to believe what lines up with their feelings, regardless of what's true. The truth of the matter is, the president's not wrong. Black people do commit more crimes. We have more interactions with the police. We are more dangerous than any other race. If you have to categorize it by race, yes, black people commit the most crime. And how much longer are we going to blame white supremacy, racism, Jim Crow, segregation, slavery, Trump and America for committing crimes, violent crimes? It's ridiculous. You know, the president also said this.
President Trump, back in 2015, you said the Confederate battle flag belongs in a museum. Do you still believe that?
All I say is freedom of speech. It's very simple. My attitude is freedom of speech. Very strong views on the Confederate flag. With me, it's freedom of speech. Very simple. Like it, don't like it, it's freedom of speech.
Would you be comfortable with your supporters displaying the Confederate battle flag at political events?
You know, it depends on what your definition is, but I am comfortable with freedom of speech. It's very simple.
Well, you understand why the flag is a painful symbol for many people, because it's a reminder of slavery.
Well, people love it, and I know people that like the Confederate flag, and they're not thinking about slavery. I look at NASCAR. You go to NASCAR, you had those flags all over the place. They stopped it. I just think it's freedom of speech, whether it's Confederate flags or Black Lives Matter or anything else you want to talk about. It's freedom of speech.
I mean, this is why Trump is so popular, because he doesn't bow and bend the knee to these mobs. The mob rule has overtaken this country, and he's not wrong about freedom of speech. Freedom of speech protects the speech you don't like. That's what it's there for. It doesn't matter what you think, because you can't control the people who support it. There's nothing you can do to drive the hatred out of their heart. If they're flying that flag because of the hate in their heart, that's between them and God. And you're not going to reach those people by trying to cancel them, by trying to abolish their flag or ban it in public spaces. Also, we know by them taking down Confederate monuments that that's not where they will stop. So banning the Confederate flag doesn't stop there. Next, they'll go after the American flag, because what these Marxists want to do is destroy the very system that's in place, the United States of America, the structure that's in place. That is the end game. So don't get it twisted. This has nothing to do with the Confederate flag and people being upset and, oh my gosh, it hurts black people's feelings when it's flown. I mean, you can ban it all day, but does that actually solve any real problems? Does that improve the quality of life of black people? Does that change the black on black crime? We all know the answer is no, just like everything else they do. Banning Aunt Jemima, getting rid of Uncle Ben, let's get Goya out of here. All of these things that they're doing are inconsequential, impractical, and they don't do anything but drive a wedge further between the races. That's all it does, is just drum up tension, division, and build resentment among races. That's why you have so much violent crime on the rise, and it's coming majority from one direction. Yes, you can find an anecdotal example. Oh, look, this white person here did this in Central Park. They said that there. But there are countless videos on the internet. People are actually recording it for clout, pretending to be victims of racism, and then you find out later it's a hoax, or they're just outright beating, attacking, robbing white people. This is ridiculous. Continue speaking up, guys. Just, that's all I can really say, is just speak up, share my videos. The truth is what gets censored. The truth is what gets banned. The truth is what gets canceled, not Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is going to be fine, because he's going to continue to have a platform to spew his hatred and lies. Liars will always have a platform. It's the people who tell the truth that get canceled. So Trump is on point here. This is why he's popular, because he tells the truth. And he's not afraid to be wrong. He's not afraid to stand up against the media. He's not afraid to stand up against the Marxist left, which is the group of people that are trying to destroy the United States of America. They have zero interest in solving real problems. They only want to divide and destroy. Sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on all the social media accounts except Facebook. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.